So here we are at the Ark. There's this boat in the background. It's giant. So that there is standing height under there. Okay, so it's 400 and something feet long. You can look it up and it's in the Bible. And then since we've been here, oh, there's that beautiful wife of mine again. Since we've been here, they've built all this. There's a big giant carousel in there. There's a event center there. They actually have Matthew West. They're gonna have David Crowder next Saturday. And then the gardens are ridiculously beautiful. Big giant, like, I don't even know what this stuff is. So I see my lens is dirty. So these are huge. Like, that's way bigger than my hand. So yeah, the grounds here are just beautiful. Zip tower way back there. We just got some really good coffee. Headed into the Ark now. And here we are at the Ark. Look at her soaking up the sun. It's a little cool this morning. But yeah, and there's a restaurant there, and it's huge seating. I don't remember, 1,500, 2,000 people, 2,500. I don't know. It's a lot of seating. So this is just the base of this thing, and that's the ramp that I was trying to portray of how the animals get in. So this is really just to prove that it is possible to fit that many types of animals. You only need the types. You only need one dog type, which would probably be a wolf type. I don't know if people, that scientists, know better than that, but if it is that a canine too, and then you have one giraffe type, and one type of sheep, and one type of cow, and one type of, so around 10,000. They said 20,000 sheep would fit in this thing or something, if you were just counting it that way for size. You can look up the statistics of it, but it's a lot of square footage. Yep. This is the entrance into the Ark. They've got crazy plants. They're crazy plants. Look at these plants. Look at, now stand back there next to that stuff, honey. Like, for some size. I can't even back up. Look at the size of those things. Yeah, they're at least, yeah, they're more than twice as tall as you. So they're like 8.5 feet tall then. They're more than twice as your size, honey.
Because the day when we came before, we were backed all the way up.
Yeah.
And we're in line for almost an hour.
Yeah, we're here early too, by the way. It's like 9:15. They open at 9. Yeah, Kim was saying before I started recording that when we came, this was all planted new and it was young. So it was about 10 years ago that we were here. So it looks so good now. Those are impatiens. What are they called? Patient? No, those are begun. They're impatient. Yeah, they're very impatient. So here's where small animals, birds, type things would be. You would have a food thing here, and a waterer that's siphon fed. It's thundering like crazy outside. Then they made all this stuff. There's tons of these lights in here, by the way. And I like how they have it down dim so it would look like it did. So here's some of these big old beams in here. Giant. That's got to be 2 feet square. That is a solid beam. You see the crack in that one? Like, there's no joke that this is how it's going to have been done. So that's probably 2 feet. That's probably 18 inches square. And they're 8 feet on center. Planking. Pretty incredible. And this just gives you an idea. Like, there's a lot of room that we have to walk in here that they wouldn't have had to have, because maybe there's only 8 of them. So, and then there would be water system, water storage. And that's just an example. It's an example of what things could have been, obviously. So, storming, by the way. I don't know if you've heard, but there was a flood. Yep. And I take it that scoop is not to fill those with. There's all kinds of strange critters here. Look at this one. The displays are really done well. He's praying in Hebrew. It says what he's saying there. If you want want to. I'd zoom in on that, but I have a cup of coffee in my hand, so I'm sorry guys, but this is more food storage. And again, realize all the space it needs for people. The lady out front said there was over 9,000 here on Saturday. Matt Maher played in a concert here. David Crowder's next week, like even with his broken leg. So food storage, some bigger cages. This is nice we're here this early because later in the day there'd be so many people there I wouldn't be able to video it all. So you see how long this thing is now. Anyhow, it's like 400 something feet, 450, 480, something like that. I haven't looked it up, but it's massive. The real trick would have been for Noah to be getting the sprinkler system for fires. You know, that would have been tough. Just example of the larger animals. A bear. It's not real. And then the watering, so they have this, and it takes care of both pens. Because these are, whatever these guys are. Oh, sloth kind. It's a kind of a sloth. Okay. But you can imagine this whole area being full of cages or storage. I bet there was very little room except just aisles for them to walk around. I'm sure. So, just examples of how it could have gone. And you can see they could have pooped in there and then clean out the bottom. There's actually a thing about how they could have done that too. I mean, they could have thrown it overboard, but there was actually an interior thing that they would dump in an elevator and it would go down. And then the option for plenty of storage. Really, like this is such a massive thing that they would collect water, rainwater, because it rained for 40 days, in case you didn't know. They were on the Ark for almost a year. But what is we got going on here? I don't know if there's a critter in there or not. Look up. Second floor. Third floor. I remember going on the third floor. I don't know.
Maybe there was a
Straight down through there. Here's a model of what we're looking at. I know there's a bit of a glare, but let me see if I can get away from the glare. So you can just see the size. So you can imagine this space, I wouldn't imagine would be needed to get upstairs. You got a ramp there, it goes up there. So this is more space. Like this section of the Ark actually has very little in it because you have to get people through here. This really shows the design that it is possible, that it could have been done, that it was done. I don't doubt that because I don't doubt the Bible. And I believe Genesis, all of it. So those got to be Western red cedars, as giant as they are. I'm not really sure, but looks like those climbing poles they use on the lumberjack shows. So yeah, a lot of space taken up to move people that would not have been needed. Obviously, they probably had stairs or a short ramp that was much more vertical than this because this is wheelchair accessible, so these ramps are really long. And this is where Noah and his family would have shopped. You got, actually, this is the doors that would have brought the animals in. And then if they were looking for some art for their living room, they would get it there. And if Noah's wife and daughters-in-laws would want some clothing, they'd get it there. They even had a snack bar. That's pretty convenient. And now we're heading to the third floor. Kim's in a hurry. She's just running up these ramps, just can't wait. That's from us running up and down them stairs at home, working on the house. Oh, some more storage up in here. Possibilities. Got some crates there with their, furniture that wouldn't fit. And there's storage barrels and ropes and stuff that they would not want to leave behind because they wouldn't have it. Right? They took the carts apart, put the wheels up in there, stored stuff. You take everything you have. One person had mentioned we were at a display last time. I remember them saying, "Oh, they wouldn't have had all that nice stuff there." Of course they would. They would bring everything.
You were building it for a while.
Like, 100 years. Built this. And you can see a guy up there feeding the animals. See, he's up there. No, not really. So anyhow, it's like catwalks above everything. So for the large animals, they could dump stuff right down through it. We haven't gone on that. We haven't done that level yet because look at the size of the water thing. We haven't done that level yet because, well, the ramp. We're gonna go up to the 3rd floor. So heading up the 3rd floor. Oh, here's a size comparison. This is the living quarters in here. And, they're still doing stuff. You have to do something. Like they're on here for a year, so, preparing for when this is over and they're back on dry ground. So, little comfy spot there. I don't know if that's a bunk for the kids. I don't know. Anyhow, I'd say pretty cozy spot. And this, whatever furniture they would have, they would bring. Of course, that's all built in. That's just how they did things back then.
That's Shem.
Shem? Hey, Shem. So. Some storage. Got the leeks and onions. Or whatever. So, and then this main tunnel, of course, would have light. This is, built to take care of people, but anyhow, the light would shine down through that main tunnel into there to grow some plants. And obviously, these are for display again. But all their garden implements they would need, you got to bring those because you got to start over. So, but a lot of this stuff would last. Onions, potatoes, cabbages, all that stuff, that would last for quite a while. You got a loom. You got to bring your loom. And then, got a forge or a forge, an oven for baking the pottery. There's a forge on here. It's a blacksmith shop. So she's humming away here. Oh, we hit the garlic hanging, and some purple carrots over there. Parsnip. And other snips. And of course, this is probably a cabinet that they had. I like their spoon holder and stuff. Get some ideas. Oh. And then we got somebody else. Kind of walking through their space, so it was, obviously the railings wouldn't be here. So, nice little corner area to hang out, eating and meeting. Eat here at the table, pegged together. Yeah. To me, this is one of the neater spots that shows just how they lived. Because people would think, oh, they're living in this boat and it's terrible, and like, no, they had stuff. They had things to do. Feed the animals, feed themselves, take care of the plants, like fixing things that break. I mean, they're on a long time, so yeah, stuff would break. And we got the hammock. And the bed. Yeah. Oops, sorry. And then, you gotta have stuff. It's like anybody that's grown up around boats. You gotta have a place that doesn't fall off. Now this would be bow to stern, so it wouldn't do much this direction, but this way, of course, it would. But this is really big too, so it'd take a lot of weather to get this thing to move around. Well, they had plenty of weather, for sure. Then he's, yeah. Yeah. And then the larger birds that you would have. Some parrots. Another living area. The desk, maps. Oh, this is the map guy here. Yeah. Of course, this up here is all storage too. Like, those are doors. So this was Noah's place there, navigation. Not that he couldn't steer this or anything, but still, he had all his maps and stuff that he had before. I'm sure he gathered up whatever information he could get. Although the face of the earth was completely changed, and I hear people talking about that. The two rivers in Genesis and later on, well, they weren't the same rivers because the whole place was covered with water and the tectonic plates moved and mountains shifted and everything. So where is Mount Ararat really? Well, how would you know? Could have been the other side of the planet. It could be underwater by now. So they called it Mount Ararat, and then the vote on it was that was before the flood that was named, right? Like, maybe I'm wrong. There's a theater down on this end. And there's kind of an idea of what could have been going on. So you see, there's quite a lot of light here. And actually, they would have been growing up there, probably more than likely. Although I don't know how much. I don't know if there'd be windows. I mean, they could actually be open that little amount, and it wouldn't be a terrible amount of water. Like they could open the hatches when it stopped raining. Maybe. I don't know. So along with all this, there's all kinds of evidence on the walls and the displays. I'm not going to go through all of it about the flood and the layers and all that. It's interesting. There's all kinds of. Let me just turn you around for a minute. And you can go through here. Now, I've been following Answers in Genesis for a long time, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time looking at that because I'm a believer and I believe what happened, and I've seen a lot of this because we went to the Creation Museum too, which is just down the road actually. So there's a lot of information out there, and it tells about the flood and how it may have happened and all that. So this is them building the Tower of Babel. You're fine.
What? Mommy!
Yeah.
Mommy!
They recognize that. They
Mommy!
all of a sudden about.
If any of you are wondering too, there's restrooms on every floor. There's a place to get a drink or whatever. To take your picture out here, we're going to go look at ours. Yeah, we're going to walk down. We didn't go down that side. I had to pit stop, so pretty cool. This is just a picture of the wickedness that was going on in the world at the time of the flood. And yeah, these displays are pretty neat. A lot of detail on them. I really like them. That was the Garden of Eden. The rebellion rather. Something. Yeah. The brutality that was going on. The worship of false gods. Serpent. You know, the great serpent. Sacrifice. Oh, they're doing child sacrifices here. Yeah, it's just not great. Just a party and then the carousing that was going on. It kind of looks like Herod guy back there. Yeah, just
Kind
all
of like
wasted.
what's going on today.
Yeah, that's true. Exactly right. If you didn't hear her, just what's going on today. Just party. That's all that matters. There is a cost to all the partying. It does catch up to you. Many of you know. That's not a life that leads to anything worthwhile for sure. So, got back into the cages. Some of the bigger, larger animals. The pick-a-get-it kind, whatever a pick-a-get-it is. I don't know. And then that thing, the something or other. I don't know, the hyena. I can pronounce that one. The hyena kind. alligator kind. So you get baby ones. They don't have big giant ones. They don't need them. They'll grow up and have babies. Then we have the thylacosmolid kind. Yeah, I don't know what that is. It's like a tiger. And then we got this other kind, the Samochimochimoch, and the macadamian kind, and some other kind. I don't know. These are some shorter neck giraffes. Now there's plenty of room to have taller ones too, but I think these were the most common, I believe. I don't know, I read something about that. I don't know anything about it myself, so. So then you'd have the feed over in here, storage, right? And then you wheel it out there, and you can see the funnel there that goes down to the chute and the feeder. So I don't have to get near these animals because they're wild animals, you know? So there was a guy on another floor that I zoomed in on. I think it was on this floor, but I think it was at the other end. So these walkways everywhere, which are really neat. And then the giant waterer. So you got a waterer here that would do both cages. Big clay pots with the. Oh, there's water in that one, so they are drinking it. Good. All right. Well, anyhow, yep. Whether you know it or not, most dinosaurs were small. And obviously, a lot of them didn't survive. But to me, an alligator's a dinosaur. I mean, look at the thing. They're ridiculous, you know? Then we got the Stegosaurus. Okay, well, see, I don't know my dinosaurs. Some young kids. And then, yeah, and then there's a strange being there. Yeah, and hungry hippos over here. Apparently they're not hungry. And the displays of what these things look like, how they work, and it's pretty thorough, really. We've got a lot of ways showing different things. So they really did a nice job on this. Rebecca, there's a Rebeccasaurus for you. Just in case you're wondering if there was a Beccasaurus or a Beccasaurus. Here's what you have would be called the library. All the scrolls. Lots of scrolls. Wood shop. Still things to do. Making furniture. Got to keep busy. Got to prepare for when it's over too. Get things ready. And of course a blacksmith shop. You gotta make the rings for the wheels. You're making stuff, getting ready for when they hit land. Brought all the tools with them because, well, why wouldn't you? Just want to share this with you guys. What was it, 45 a piece? No.
54 because we're seniors.
$54 a piece.
Kids under 10 were free.
Kids under 10 are free. I said, got this hat and a t-shirt for $25 at the gift shop. That's really, you pay that much for a t-shirt. So, and the hat's actually got the clasp I like in the back, the little clip with the cloth. So, anyhow, we're out of here. We're gonna go get some dinner at the restaurant, and then head to Maine. I didn't notice this between the stair and the ramps. There's more storage because, you know, like I said, these ramps wouldn't have been here. These are ADA ramps. They're so long. Gosh, I don't know, 100 feet long, maybe? But you got quite an elevation with the pitch. So, imagine some of the stuff gathering it up. I mean, some of they made it and they aged it, which is cool. But, anyhow, you could imagine something this size, you'd be squirreling things away in every little hole you get. Oh, there's a lathe there. It runs with a foot pedal, I imagine. What do we got here? Oh, making some rope. Yeah. A rope twister, whatever that is. Amendment B. Well, now we're at the restaurant. This is supposed to be one of the biggest restaurants. I tell you what, the what do you call it? The gardens. Landscaping is just beautiful here.
Yeah.
And there's a zoo down there, which we're gonna check out in a minute. And why are you tapping me on the shoulder? What are you doing? What are you doing? Tapping me on the shoulder while I'm videoing. Huh? Oh, those maple trees are turning red.
Oh, that's, I know, there was a couple.
So we're gonna go eat, then we're gonna hit the road. So that's the restaurant. There's the Ark. And then this is the back end. This is like restrooms, gift shops, like, the size is hard to describe. It's really big. So, I mean, it's a 4-story building basically right there. I'd love to go up on the deck of this thing, but that would never happen. We're going to a little shop here, the Little Village Smokehouse. We went to the restaurant. It's actually a buffet. I'm a fan of buffets, and for it's $17, which is, you know, great for a buffet for most people, but we're not into it, so we're just going to split a little something here and get on the road. Oh, headed to the zoo. So I know we said we were out of here, but we're not, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, we got some hoof work being done over here on the goats. That looks like an ibex. Yeah. So the guy's over there, it looks like an ibex, but it's not, something I can't pronounce. Anyhow, he's got his pedicure going on, so they're working on the hooves. So yeah, I'm not gonna be able to video a whole lot of this, but anyhow, we got some kind of birds in here probably, or not. There's something, tree monkey. I don't know. What are you looking at? Oh, sloth. Oh, I guess our trip is really slowed right down now. We have a sloth. That's not helpful with that bag. I lost him. Yeah. So this is a guy here, upside down, blood running through his head. Like, whew. He's just moving right along. He's been practicing. These hooks he's got, it just hangs from them. It's kind of interesting. Two-toed sloth is what it is. The sign was right there. I don't know. I haven't got a clue. Actually, it's bigger than what I thought. I've seen them before and they were small. So, I don't know. Anyhow, it's kind of slothful. So, by the way, this was actually included in your ticket. So, oh, we got something going on in here. What do we got going on? Oh, that's the sloth house. Oh, they got a snake here somewhere. Anaconda. Okay. So that's a red tegu. He's just laying here splatted right out in the sun.
That
just
would
like,
be me right there.
Don't buy. That's my wife right there.
One spot of
Just
sun.
get her in the sun and that's it. Moving along to big old giant bird up here. Oh, there's a tortoise here somewhere too, apparently. The tortoise and the stork. I thought it was a tortoise and a hare.
I think that was...
I didn't see the tortoise. He must have been up the other end hanging out. Big old birds.
Oh, stork.
This crane here has got quite a hairdo. A couple of them. What's that thing?
A bidden coron.
Yeah, there it is. I'm not really sure. Some kind of a
Really
Bearcats.
Nice,
I was kind of thinking of a wolverine, but no. So it's got like kind of a, looks like, oh, it is cat ears kind of thing. Looks like a dog snout on it though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't really, the fence, if I zoom in, it doesn't really, it focuses on the fence, so yeah.
Just a nice exhibit.
Kim was just commenting about the displays, about the habitats for these animals. It's probably some of the nicest we've ever seen. They're very clean. They're green. They got a lot of vegetation. Oh, she walked right out of the shot.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So, a lot of vegetation. Oh, there's an eagle. Or a beagle. Yeah, that doesn't record really well. Yeah.
Oh, there's more things down there, honey.
Well, we were just looking at this. Oh, there's llamas and stuff. Okay, I'll go down there. Trying to figure it out. It said camel rides, and I'm not interested. I know it's hard to believe. Kim's probably wants to go on a camel.
Yeah.
So she can get her, make believe she's from the desert.
Yeah.
Oh, she is. Huh.
Yeah.
Wow. The alpacas. Doesn't really do well in the shade, taking the pictures. There's a guy over there jumping away. Again, it's nice, beautiful area here. Got some emu. No, they're not emus, they're rayas. What do I know? I don't know. It looks like an emu. Looks like an emu. It's an emu to me. That one there just got his neck stretched right out. Can't see him over there. He's laid down flat with his neck sticking right out in front of him. No. Oh, legs are back. Is he alive?
He is. Rested.
There's an anteater in here. I'm hoping he comes this way. He is. Now this is what we were just talking about. God's truly having a sense of humor.
Hi, guy.
Like, he's just digging around. Let's see if we can get a profile shot of him, because they are the oddest, along with the platypus. Like, they are the oddest creatures. Here he comes. Oh, there's a good shot. See, he's like, his tail and his head match.
Oh my
Like,
goodness.
they stick out the same, like,
And that nice big fluffy tail. Like, why?
Yeah. Just running around. Electric fence, so they must try to crawl out. Yeah.
Chicken picnic tables.
Do you have a picnic table for your chickens, Rebecca? Any of you? So there's this little area here for same place where the chickens were in that building. We got a little area here. There's some goats. And goat horns. I don't know. Nope, I don't know. It's a striped thing. Some kind of a, I don't know, there's a donkey in there with them, but I don't know, they just put feed out, so forget it. Okay, so now I think we're done. We went through the zoo. It was a nice exhibit. Had a children's part there. Again, it's all included. Well, kids under 10 are free, so. But yeah, you can spend a day here at least. You know, they have, oh, I don't know if I remember if I recorded it. I'll have to look. But so there's play areas for kids too. If the parents just want to take a break, covered areas with picnic tables under them, and a playground for the kids so they can go out and do their thing.
And at 4 o'clock today, they have a Christian concert.
Yeah, and there's a concert later today. Yeah. So, yeah, the stuff. It's pretty cool. We got kangaroos and wallabies. Kangaroo is the bigger one. Wallaby. So, of course, he's in the shade. Here, how about this guy? So I'd say that's a wallaby, and that's kangaroo. Bow-legged in front. He's like, people have been gawking at me all morning. So I have one more stop to make. It's great worship music, great witnessing tool this place is. But we have really the most important stop. We have to stop and get ice cream. Got a concert going on over here. So I was recapping over yesterday. Got up at 4, flew out of Maine, got into Memphis at 10 Memphis time. Ubered to a U-Haul. Picked up the U-Haul. Well, that was 20 minutes from the airport. Then we picked up the U-Haul and drove 20 minutes back to a wrong address that I put in. To drive another 10 minutes to our storage place. Loaded the truck. And then U-Haul has a thing which we didn't know. You could pick up a trailer. They're paying us $600 to bring this trailer to Massachusetts. So we went to Paducah, Tennessee, picked up the trailer, which they were great. They were right on it.
Sorry, honey. Paducah, Kentucky.
Paducah, Kentucky. And then we drove way too long, got to here, near here, the motel at 10 o'clock last night. Slept into 7 because, well, we've never done that, I don't know. And then now we're headed out of here, headed east. Of course, we're going to go to Massachusetts to drop that trailer off, and to Maine. So I had to have my ice cream before we left and hit the road. Jack and Jill. So if you don't know, the original the original rainbow was God's covenant with man that he wouldn't flood the earth again. Has nothing to do with the agenda that's going on now. So that's why we have a rainbow here on the entrance and exit into the Ark. That building over there is a Jerusalem Center or something like that, and it's going to have a miniature. They're printing all the buildings right now. They're making pictures about Jerusalem. So anyhow, that's what I'd really like to see. And